Hello, and welcome back to another episode of F1 Manager with me, Logan Reed. So we are now in episode 16 in Monza. In case you haven't already seen it, episode 15 has come out in the Netherlands, where I won't spoil anything for you, but to go off of the title of it, Latifi gave us a chance at points. Did he score? You'll have to go back and watch the video and find out. Anyways, at the end of my last video, I did actually record a bunch of the in-between stuff, like such as decision making, etc., what I decided to do with research, scouting, all of that kind of jazz. I'm just gonna adjust that real fast. I just realized my mic wasn't in the right spot. So yeah. I will head you over to that now, and then we will come back into all of the spreadsheets I put out to kind of go over what's expected to, I think, will happen for this race. Okay, I just finished up in Netherlands, but I'm gonna record this part right now, and it'll probably preface my Italy episode. So let's look at the inbox. Race debrief of Dutch Grand Prix. Yep, top speed is still poor. Braking of Latifi could be improved. That's all true. Wanted to exceed our expectations brilliantly. I wouldn't quite say that. I'd say we got lucky with the Latifi wall. He just put on a blocking show when he was getting blue flags. The FIA should be reviewing that, for sure. Charles Leclerc claimed the checkered flag, yep, with Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez. Special mention to Williams, who are meeting everyone's expectations. Cool. This is one thing I don't like about F1 Manager compared to, let's say, Motorsport Manager. Motorsport Manager was very more focused on everyone. F1 Manager is so focused in on who is the players' team. Let's talk everything about them. You know, it's like, if we're completely irrelevant, I don't think the news would be reporting on us at all. I mean, in the media outlets afterwards, they might be like, wow, a lot of drama, crazy ending, you potentially had a chance. And we'd be like, yeah. But the Haas cars were also there. Vettel was there at one point. It was insane. Okay, yeah. So yeah, new ATR starting today. This is what I was waiting for. This is absolutely what I was waiting for. I only had, I don't know if I had any, as of right now, this second, I don't think I had any projects developing, because I'm about to start doing a whole lot of research. That is the plan. I know it's going to hurt the performance for the rest of the season, but as we just saw in Netherlands, if a crazy race happens, there's a chance to score. That's 100% what we need to rely on, as we've now finished some side pods research for next season that will help improve drag reduction hugely. That's the big benefit we wanted. And our weather center has been completed. Because no matter what, it's not good enough until it's 100%, in my opinion. I'll wait for it to degrade, and then I'm just gonna upgrade it again. I'm not gonna refurbish it. It needs to be 100%, because that's again, looking at the direct competitor in Motorsport Manager. It was accurate, where it'd be like, all right, here's the next few laps, here's half the race, here's 75% of the race, etc., which I feel like is kind of semi-accurate to real life. You see your radar, you know when it's about to rain soon. It's not like, oh, it snuck up on us. We were expecting it 5 minutes from now or something like that. It's no, you know, with the power of radars these days, you know when it's going to hit. Maybe not as far in advance, but the second it's close, you know where it is and the line is going to be. And okay, so that's all that. What needs a response? Oh, the regulation vote. As you know, we may change the regulations that define Formula One's rules between seasons to make the sport fair for competitors. It's going a new financial in order to encourage excellence. We suggest a change to season prize money amounts that favors better performing teams. Please see the breakdown below. So 10th stays the same. The teams at the top get paid more, and teams in this mid-level get paid less. So I'm gonna vote against that. For the betterment of the sport, you want. I'd almost be, if everyone got paid the same, happy. But you know what? I'm gonna vote against it. It is what it is. So now at this point, how long do we have? Car parts development. Current projects, only manufacturing, no design or research going on. I think I'm allowed 2 right now, but let's check our facilities. Factory, car part manufacturer, 3, manufacturer design center. Yeah, we're allowed 2 projects right now, but it's upgrading to 3 in 63 days. So let's see. Car parts development, new project, let's see. Research. What's one we haven't done? Chassis we've done, front wing, rear wing, side pods, and underfloor we've done. I want to do the front wing. What makes the biggest impact on light set cornering? 0.702. It's the underfloor, but the next one is the front wing. $50 days for that. I'm curious, is it the same for everything? 30 days for the chassis. Okay. Rear wing is 50. Side pods is 40. Underfloor is 75. And suspension is 25. So right now I do want to get the front wing. Let's see, we have 56 days. So this is going to take up one entire period. And then we want the other 2 to take up combined 56 days. So we do a front wing, and then we need to get rear wing and suspension. So that takes 25. I just heard a beep. And rear wing. Rear wing also takes 50 though. Oh, that's tough. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 1 on the front wing, 1 on the suspension, and then when the suspension is down, I'll start the rear wing. I like the sound of that. Yeah. So research. This one's going to take up the entire thing, so I want to use half of the hours on this one. So I'll do 3. I'm gonna do 3 hours on this. So what was the initial? So it's 55.62. Puts it up to 57. So that's a 2% gain. Sweet. Wind tunnel hours. I'm gonna use 40. 40. So 57.29. 50. It's still not as much of an improvement as I'd like it to be. Disable that. I'm gonna check with my performance data. Where do I need to improve the most still? Acceleration and high speed corners. And brake cooling. So continued research focus. 6. Where are we at? Oh, there it shows. Ideally, we want to get that to 4.8. Actually, it improves our brake cooling. It does lower the low speed a little bit. Doesn't really affect medium. 4.1. 2.40 at the end of it. Yeah, I'm fine with maxing, absolutely maxing that out. Okay. Nope. Car part expertise reduction, -5%. Why? That's weird. Okay. Custom. Oh. I can do that. 4.738. Back. What did it look like then? 0.734. Alright, yeah, no, I don't really want to take away from the low speed that much. Actually, no. Let's do that, yeah. High speed performance. Use these nice little presets. Continue, engineers. I believe 6 is the maximum. Oh, that does increase the amount of days. Okay. So, oh, it's actually 61 days. I want to get it to perfect. I'm cool with that. Just using 2 engineers. Increase it. More engineers being fast, but lower expertise gain. Okay. Signed engineers can't work on anything else while this project is underway. So I want to put 6 on the other one. So I should put 4 on this. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that sounds good to me. Now let's do some more research. Completed 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, and suspension. So yeah, we're gonna do some work on the suspension. Which actually, does it tell what it really affects? Yep, top speed, acceleration, and brake cooling. Great, all things we need. So this is gonna take up, I'm gonna say 2/3 of what is left. Sorry, 1/3 of what is left. So I'll use 1.3, and then of the 44 remaining, let's use 24. Yeah? No, 20. Something like that, yeah. Which leaves 24 hours remaining for when we work on the rear wing with our next project. Continue. balance, optimize, cool. Optimize race performance, definitely. I want to see, curious what it was before. 4.694, 4.692. 3.6, 3.33. That makes barely any difference. Okay, compared to balance, let's see, brakes cooling 46.35. Makes 2% difference there. Or I can, you know what? I honestly might optimize the cooling on this one. I know I need performance, but I do not want to sacrifice brake cooling if that can contribute to maybe like lockups or something like that. Yeah, brake cooling, brake ducts on the front wheel, direct air. Funneling more air into these ducts will greatly improve brake cooling, but also increases form drag and reduce downforce generation. Really? Really? 373.3. Yeah, that doesn't really have any improvements on acceleration if I leave it as is. Same goes for balance, but if I optimize race performance, it's still an improvement on everything. I think I'm gonna put it there. Gotta optimize that performance. So developers. Whoa, I thought this one said like 25 days or something like that. But yeah, we'll put 6 guys on this. It'll go nice and fast. Alright, to the warehouse. Chassis. Got 3. And a chassis project is already in progress. Installed. We need to manufacture just one. When is the race from now? In 4 days? Yeah, we just need one. Rear wing. No manufacturing capacity, but we do want one more, I think. Side pods are good. Underfloor we're good. Suspension project already in progress. Yeah, we are actually running out of the ones on there, yeah. Okay. Let's check the engines. For what race is next? Italy. Car 1. Let's actually check this out from. What was it? Yeah, manage the build powertrain. Good on all of them. Car 2, good on all of them, I think. So yeah, we're probably gonna leave this as is. I think that actually helps us a little bit. extend that out even further. See if we can get that like there. Still want to use only 6 gearboxes, but we're going to extend his 5th one for another 2 more races, and then we should be able to get one final one until the end of the year. Yeah, okay, I like the sound of that. ERS. He had to take his 4th one. He had to take his 4th one early. So we have to try and make this one last to the end of the year. Engine. Change. He's on his 5th engine there. Ideally, I'd like to try and stretch this to stretch the remaining amount to the end of the year. Not have to spend any more money, but we will see. That's going to be a tough ask. All right, car 1. Yeah, you're not changing anything there. That's all been arranged. What's going on here? Facility upgrade, manufacturing of suspension, front wing manufacturing complete, and then we'll have some scouting going into the next race. Okay. New tour center. That improves our weekly income. Yeah, alright. So basically that's another thing. It's like instead of ever having to refurbish it, it doesn't make sense to not just upgrade it. Italian Grand Prix. At the moment Red Bull are leading the pack. That's not too surprising. Hospitality area has improved. And we've got a new front wing. Complete. Team attractiveness went from 0% to 10%. Okay. So let's see if I can manufacture 1. Racing. Important email. So we got scouting complete. We have. Let's just double check that we're on the right thing. Fred Vesti. Already a 74. So yeah, he would be competitive against either of Pourchaire or Latifi. So let's see. He's got 3 months left on his contract too, so we could potentially take him on. It's performance, growth potential high, aggression high. His adaptability is low and his braking is really poor, but that's about it. Contract, morale, biofeed, very low. Career, it doesn't really show anything for these. Oh yeah, because it moved everyone around completely. So he's with Virtuosi right now. Can I compare him? Change, let's do tail per chair. So yeah. Oh, accuracy, reactions, defending, overtaking better. Adaptability is better on per chair. Smoothness and control is better on Vesti, but braking and cornering is better on Pourchaire. So I think that means Pourchaire probably has better pace, but I think Vesti would be more consistent. And growth potential and aggression. Both of them are highly rated, but the aggression rate of Vesti is better. Ooh, that's tough. If I really had to pick between them right now, I might go for Vesti. But I think Pourchaire has a higher ceiling. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it all works. Okay, let's go back to our inbox, and let's see. This is, oh, these are a couple engineers I scouted. So yeah, let's see. Overall, cool. So he's better on feedback and communication, but James is better on his pit crews. Okay, let's check him against Gayton, and it's exact same thing. It's better on feedback and communication, but Diego is better on his pit crew management. What's his contract like? Remaining contract 3 years. Oof, that's a lot. Okay. Go back to email. Ben Michelle or Ben Mitchell, I don't know if that's pronounced, so compare him. He's better on all fronts. We should probably try and hire this guy. And again, comparing him here. So Diego's better at feedback than him, but he would be a definite improvement over James Irwin. Yeah, definitely. So, in negotiation, occupied with for currently good. Okay, what's his contract anyways? 2 years? Okay. I could see trying to sign him at the end of the year. So we have got detailed scouting. Does it tell us who he's currently with? Anything like that? Yeah, hired staff. So if I click Diego, performance, that shows he's paired with Latifi. If I hit him and performance, it doesn't show us who he's paired with. I wish it would. That'd be nice if it, like, going back to Motorsport Manager, where you click on an engineer and it shows like he's done this many weeks with this driver, etc., etc. That would be really nice if it did have something along those lines here. So I am going to definitely bookmark him. To find for each role. What? I'd like to have him. That would be nice. The only guys who are open to negotiation, I think, are the non-F1 guys, because it's technically currently a weekend. So that makes it tough to decide who to scout next. This guy I just hired, this guy I just hired. I might look at maybe one more engineer. Is there anyone who I might have an eye on? Okay. What have I done? Scout key staff, race engineer. I believe his contract might be up at the end of this year. So you know what? I'll check him out. I'll do detailed scouting just in case. Okay. And now let's look at a few drivers. Scout for drivers. Who do we have? Detailed and standard. Actually, let's look what's in F1 right now. Not scouted. Overall rating, actually. None of these are scouted because I doubt they would be interested and probably out of our cost range. Alonso's shown that he was not interested. I believe a lot of these guys just showed that they were not interested, which is why I didn't scout them. K-Mag was interested, but I'm not interested in him. He's got too much crashing history, both in real life and in the game. Detailed. Lance Stroll, I only have standard. But I don't like how he's performing within the season. That alone would make me want to not look at him. Like, even if he's available, I don't want to look at him. Giovinazzi, I have looked at. I don't think I have any of that data. And for me, consistency is a big thing. Control, that's the big one I like. I like that 87. So let's look at the guys' scouting level. Standard. Apply and return. So yeah. See, yeah, he's only a 71. So 77. To me, if you're not like almost 85 or above there, you're not worth looking at. Which Stroll is, so Stroll might be worth a look. Lawson, no. Nick DeVries, no. And Gio. So it might be worth a look at Giovinazzi and Lance Stroll. Potentially have them fill a seat for next year. Alright, I'll do it. Lance Stroll and Antonio Giovinazzi. Let's have those guys continue to raise performance. Let's see, what is the weather expected? Rain on Saturday. Qualifying position. No, I'm gonna take the chance. Reach Q2. If it's gonna rain on Saturday, if we have rain in qualifying, I'm gonna take my chance that we reach Q2. I don't mind if I lose $50,000, but it would be really nice to gain 200, I guess. Fastest lap in this position. Ooh. I really think that this is not the track for us if it's going to be a dry race. Qualifying position streak, 2 out of 3. How's that? Number of drivers, finishing 15th. Have we done it twice in a row? I don't think we have. Okay. So with all that said, I would now be going into the race weekend, but I want to update a couple boards that you should be seeing, have maybe already seen, or you'll be seeing now. And that will end. Okay, so going into Zandvoort, these were the standings and driver rankings that I had up here. Of course, one of the reflections we can see is solely because I had completely forgotten to add George Russell's podium in Canada. So that will be at least partially why his rank will increase a little bit, although he generally did have a good performance in Zandvoort. So we're seeing everything before, and now let's look at after. There we go. After we see, like, Bottas has moved up really in the driver performance, and Hamilton has moved down. The other ones we can see are Russell has obviously moved up, and I believe there was one in the back. Yes, Schumacher and Tsunoda have swapped places. Now, is there a really big reason why? I don't believe so. It must just be minimal things, etc. There's small differences that have separated them them through the season. They are both in that yellow category, and we can see Lance Stroll has actually gotten himself out of the red. So he's been improving just ever so slightly, not necessarily to the point where he's fully caught back my attention yet. I know I have started scouting on him as an option at least, but I think he still would have a way to go before he gets my consideration. Like, as much as I know Giovinazzi's technically rated lower than him, if I had to pick between him and Giovinazzi right now, I think I would go for Giovinazzi. Just because, well, I've seen what Stroll can do in this game. I haven't seen what Giovinazzi can do yet. So I think that's what I would be going for. Okay, so yeah, now looking at the standings, where's the only swaps? The only swap I saw is Russell and Bottas, but I think that's a big part simply because of I added Russell's podium in from Canada. I think that's really the big difference maker there. Yes, Russell did outperform Bottas in Zandvoort, but the interval between them is, let's see, 15 points. So the 4 points difference really wouldn't make that giant of a leap. It really was just this podium that he had in Canada that I forgot to add, but now I do have. So now going into car performance, this is what we had before Zandvoort, so we can see, yep, Red Bull's dominating, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Alpine. Those were the clear top 5. Not much has changed, but we can see the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo swapped places a little bit. After that, it's still pretty much expected to be roughly the same picture. Red Bull should probably take this next race in Italy, and we should be at the back. But who knows? So I'll show you the little bit of strategy stuff that I have before going into practice sessions to give you an idea of what I am working with. That is right here. Okay, so as you can see, I've calculated out some data. They still haven't fixed the one error with the hard tires. That's still reporting as 0. So again, I took the difference from the pre-race report of average lap times, etc., which was about almost a tenth and a half, but not quite. Still using the deg loss and everything like that, I came up with a bunch of strategies. I'm going to probably adjust it after practice, seeing as how what happened before Zandvoort is I had to completely change it because once I went into practice, I realized a lot of the tires weren't going to last as long as I was hoping they were. So I'm going to be precautious. That's why, at least for my backup strategies, I'm leaving half of those blank because I might adjust those later anyways. But the ideal strategy I think right now is something like a soft to hard kind of thing. It seems like the hard tire is going to be the tire to be on simply because really low degradation on it. I think that is going to be the difference. So I think the strategy would be to go out on softs and pit a little bit early. I don't believe there was a soft to hard suggested strategy. I know there was, I believe it was soft medium, medium soft, and then a medium hard. But I believe the strategy I want to use is a soft hard, and then I'll have most likely Latifi or whichever driver qualifies lower doing a reverse of a hard to soft. That way, if there's either an early safety car or a late safety car, hopefully one of them can capitalize on it. So yeah, that is my current strategy going into practice. Okay, so going into practice 1 now, once again we have put Teo Pourchaire in place of Latifi. You can see that Albon has got on the new suspension design, while Pourchaire or Latifi's car does not. I'm going to start them on medium tire runs based on the performance factor. I think hards might be the best tire for this race, so I might want to keep a second set of hards. I'll debate that when I get to it, kind of thing. And yeah, I think 20 laps will be kind of the run plan-esque to go for in regards to getting a full 5 out of 5 feedback. So let's take this into practice 1.
Radio check.
Whoa. Oh, actually, let's keep this preview on for just a second. Let's get rid of this camera and change myself to here. Now, disable the preview. That way I can hopefully keep my full frames per second. Okay, so at the end of FP1, looks like we have a couple drivers with penalties at least. Verstappen, Tsunoda, and Gasly all have penalties. Yeah, I don't know if those have to do with the fact of their incident in between or not. The game still doesn't tell. Verstappen at least must just be for power parts, engine components usage, etc., etc. So let's run through the order real quickly. We got Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc, Perez. So once again, variation of those two at the front, followed by Bottas, Alonso, Hamilton, and then Piastri was in the car this session for Ocon. So that's nice to see that other teams are using their reserve drivers as well. Then George Russell, Guan Yu Zhou, Lando Norris, Kevin Magnussen, Yuki Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel, and then at the back was us with Albon on port chair. Not too unsurprisingly, but it is what it is. At the end of FP2, we have Verstappen in first place on the hards with a time of 83.4, followed by both Ferraris and Red Bull. Again, no surprise. Looks like Alpines have gotten themselves into the mix because this is the second session in a row where Alonso's been up pretty high. Granted, Bottas is in the hard, so it looks like the Alfa Romeos could be competitive again. Then we got Russell, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Zhou, Ocon, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Norris, Gasly, Schumacher, Stroll, Vettel, and once again both Williams cars at the very back. So 2 sessions in a row, and that are both P19 and P20. I'm thinking this is going to be a very rough race for us. Oops, that was the wrong thing. So at the end of FP3, we've got Verstappen in first, Leclerc and Sainz in second and third. We have an Alpine actually jumping up into the top 4 with Fernando Alonso with another strong session. Sergio Perez in 5th, Bottas in 6th, Albon with his glory run in 7th, Russell in 8th, Zhou in 9th, Latifi with his glory run in 10th, 11th Ocon, 12th for Hamilton, 13th for Magnussen, 14th for Tsunoda, 15th for Gasly, 16th for Ricciardo, 17th for Norris, 18th for Stroll, 19th for Schumacher, 20th for Vettel. I'm pretty sure that if I had attempted to, run normal sessions, I probably would have been P19, P20 again, which I'm expecting to be for qualifying. I wish that the AI had a way to actually up their ante rather running on neutral the entire time, like they seem to do. Anyways, that wraps it up for practices. I will see everyone in qualifying and film the race tomorrow. Alright, so going into qualifying, I'm not expecting much. Today's weather did call for rain, but we haven't seen any in practice 3. I'm kind of hoping it comes right at the beginning of qualifying. Maybe gives us a chance that if we get out early, we get a run in and we maybe get our drivers into Q2. So that's why I'm only going to give them 1 flying lap. And, alright, let's go! And now it's saying, howdy.
Radio check.
Any rain? Any rain?
Copy, radio check.
Yes, there will be rain. There will be rain. Let's get these drivers out right away. Out. And Latifi out. It's right behind him. Just enough of the Sainz and Zhou out. Looks like there's some drivers getting out early, but not all of them. goes late is really going to get slowed down by time. It's really going to be up to this first set of laps. That's going to be who gets through. Although we're really not getting a great start.
Further rain expected.
Here's the rain.
Okay, copy.
Here is the rain. Awesome. That is awesome for us.
So it's raining, just one shot.
Copy.
I predicted both drivers to get into Q2. That's a stretch, but there's a chance. There's very, very much a chance now.
Seems to be quite slick.
And a bunch of drivers still have it set times, including the Red Bulls. We're both on soft tires. I think Verstappen's just finishing up a lap now. No. Let's see, is there anyone finishing up a lap right now? Curious who will. Sonoda maybe? Nope. What about Perez? Nope. Ocon. Nope, all of these guys are just finishing out laps. Maybe Stroll. Verstappen. It's behind us. Alright, all these guys who went on soft tires, they are behind us. And yeah, the track conditions are not going to get any better. So chances are we just stick with what we have here. It's probably your best bet. I'm not gonna waste any tires. Let's just speed this up. Hamilton on intermediates is still a solid 4 seconds behind us. Is anyone even gonna bother to go out? Okay. They're all going out. Let them. We're gonna make it into Q2. Both of our drivers are going to make it into Q2.
We've just had a car run wide.
Awesome. All right. After Q1, both Albon and Latifi get into Q2 out of getting the timing right. And let's see who's that. Both past drivers. Pierre Gasly is having a really poor weekend. And then Lance Stroll and Lando Norris is also having a poor weekend compared to his usual. Alright, let's go to Q2. Alright. It's gonna put us on dry tires again. And no way to tell. Clear skies, it's saying. Let's see if I can potentially get any of these guys into Q3 based on a little bit of luck.
Radio check.
Let's instantly hit pause.
Copy, radio check.
And check the track. Alright. Looks like we're going to have completely dry tires, so we're probably going to be P14, P15. But you know what? I got both drivers into Q2, and we achieved one of our bonuses. Now I believe... no, we don't really have an extra set of... We've got nothing to lose compared to a lot of these guys. Latifi.
No rain expected, no rain expected.
Copy.
Traffic on this lap. Oh, or was Hamilton traffic there? Oh well. So yeah, we're gonna be P14, P15, I think, by a significant margin, but you know what? Oh well. I forgot to time the outlaps again. So you know what, I'll send about at the 2-minute mark. And one out at the 1:45 mark. Yeah. That should be more than enough to be safe. Expecting some rain. Oh, they are. Alright, let's go now. Sent about at 3 minutes on the dot for Latifi. I don't think he necessarily came out right at that time though. So about 2 minutes and 8 seconds. That one's actually in front of Alonso. If only we could have had Alonso behind us on one of these runs. Oh well. It is what it is. And those are just all the guys that were taken out of Q1 who are in the garages, so interesting to know how that works. As we're going to watch everyone set their final times. Now Vettel is out. There. Alonso jumps into the top 10. Unsurprisingly. Let's see, where's Albon? Ignore. Albon improves barely. Must have had a really bad sector 3. Latifi didn't improve. And unsurprisingly, we are P14 and P15. Oh well. Got into Q2. Did basically all that I was hoping for us to do. Good job, guys. That's a win for us. That is very much a win for us. With that,
Here we are, folks. We're back.
continue. Let's go through the full results of qualifying. Looks like we have, a Ferrari 1-2 pulling off well, the disappointment, as I guess Red Bull was expected to go out. I didn't even notice Perez went out in Q2. I'm wondering if he must have been the Red Bull that got held up behind us there. That's unfortunate for him, but hey, his team should have sent him out at a better time. It is what it is. So looking at the full order of qualifying, we've got Leclerc and Sainz, Verstappen, Bottas having another great weekend, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso and Ocon, Zhou, Yuki Tsunoda, although he should drop down quite a bit, I'm guessing, Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Sebastian Vettel, Alex Albon, Nicholas Latifi, K-Meg, Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, and Mick Schumacher to round out the order. So with all that said and done, I'm going to stop my recording for the night, and I will finish filming the race tomorrow. Okay, so we are back for the race, and I am still having some technical issues with OBS for whatever reason on this episode. I don't know, I think I might have to delete and re-download the program or something like that. I'm just never having this before, till recently, and I haven't really changed anything on my computer that I can think of. I'm not too sure. Oh well. Anyways, let's start this race. You'll probably see dropped frames every now and then. I'm just going to have to click on this, and you'll see. Oh, actually, beforehand, I'll talk about my strategy then. So, we've got Albon probably on my preferred strategies, starting on the soft tires. We're going to do about 18 laps before switching onto the hard tires. To me, the hard tires are going to be the best tire for this race, and that's the strategy to be on. But we want to take a chance with Latifi because we're going to have to take some chances, so we're going to have him start on the hard tire and go absolutely as long as he possibly can, and then switch onto the soft tires. If maybe pretty much we have to hope for a safety car with Latifi around mid-range, because even if it's about let's say like anywhere after like lap 25 or something like that, Latifi could make it to the end of the race on like at least a medium tire. Alright, so let's get into it.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Here we have Alexander Albon. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So, obviously at this point I didn't film much of this race. There's too many frames per second issues, flame stopping, I don't know, I gotta figure it out. Well, I'll run you quickly through what happened in the race. Going through the order, we got P1 Carlos Sainz, P2 Max Verstappen, and running at the podium was P3 Charles Leclerc. Sainz and Verstappen were basically going back and forth all race. Verstappen was easily the fastest car of the pack, but not fast enough to get himself out of the DRS of Sainz, and basically they swapped back and forth until Sainz just ended up on top at the very end. Going through the rest, P4 Bottas, Russell, Alonso, Ocon, Perez and came together with Hamilton at one point, who's actually all the way down in 16th. Something must have happened at the end for him to drop again. He did a second stop. I never saw that one happen. But, yeah. That's interesting, but yeah. Perez locked up and went into the rear of Hamilton, and that ruined probably both of the race. Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda getting at the final point. Zhou Guanyu was running in the points for most of the race. He had a lockup that took him out of the points pretty late in the race. It looks like I think he was actually down in like 13th or 14th or something. It looks like he actually climbed his way back up to 11th. Lando Norris, I believe he also kind of locked up quite a few times. Pierre Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, he had a couple lockups too. Stroll, Hamilton, I said what happened. He was purely just a victim of bad luck in this race. Mick Schumacher, Alexander Albon was running around, I believe, P13, P14 in the early stages of the race, but Vettel locked up and took them both out. And even though Albon was really a passenger, he also got a 5-second penalty for the incident for some reason. I completely disagree with the ruling, but it is what it is. It's a video game. And and then Vettel and then Latifi still finished behind them all anyways on his other strategy. Didn't get the luck he was looking for. Yep, so Leclerc with the fastest lap. Drivers, any changes? It looks like Leclerc takes over the lead in the championship from Perez. And Verstappen gets closer a little bit again. Constructors, nothing really changes. All that said, I'm now going to end the stream as, yeah, I can see even now, just going through that little couple pages, it can't really keep up with not dropping frames for some reason. I don't get it. This program is extremely frustrating for me lately. And yeah, I'll see if I record any more. I don't know if I will.